What's going on, guys? So this video it's mainly going to be a review on the Frontier Toolbox. Okay, it's a reconditioned toolbox that I got from Walmart.com. I paid $374, $375 or so, something like that, with shipping and taxes. And then Walmart dropped the price and credited me automatically $24. So I want to show you what I did here. Maybe you'll like what I've got going on. Maybe you won't. The biggest thing is this is a review of the toolbox here. Now this overall will handle 1,200 pounds according to the book. I've got 200, 100, 100, 100. So you figure that's 500 right there. 500. Then that's 1,000 between the two sides. Another 100 there. 1,100. The top. Another 100. You can see I got a piece of cardboard on there. Let me get my little tool, or sorry, my key out. Now, before I set this up, I had a you can see I had a Homac. I had the top, which I still have obviously, and I had a bottom section. It's about 26 inches wide. The Frontier, it's a 46-inch wide box. You can see I got my Craftsman, my little socket set there. Anyway, so what I did with this years ago, right around here, you can kind of see it. There was the red started flaking, and so what I did is I just shot it with some black paint. And then when I decided to do this, I wanted to make it match up with this box. My original plan was I was going to paint everything black. I just shot it with undercoating. But I decided to just simply remove the key, the nameplate, and I got it. You know, I painted the cabinet black. And these I just wiped down. So let's go ahead and unlock this side here. Okay. Put those there for now. Now, you can see I've got my scanning equipment, drill cases, hole saw. This and this. You can see M for metric, S for standard, SAE. Okay, that came actually in this kit. Okay, this kit actually gave me a pretty good amount of stuff, and I still have some organizing to do here. Eventually, that's all going to go on. I'm going to put some stuff onto the pegboard, get rid of the rest of this crap in here. But the video is all about this, and you can see I added some outlet boxes. A lot of the toolboxes nowadays, they have a little power strip. Okay, so I just got two 4S boxes. I got the outlets. I've got a cord here. I just wired in a cord, and I've got it plugged in behind the fridge. Okay, you can see. Okay, this is a little thing I made up for my screwdrivers. These, I know I don't have a whole lot. I think I bought this rigid kit, God, probably 20 years ago, and I haven't been able to use it. And the way I have these set up is I have them set up to what I'm more likely to use, all the way down to least likely to use. I've also got this one here. Okay. And these are not They're I guess you could say a friction slide. They're not ball bearing. I kept this side because I also had a Cobalt. I think I had the same size in the Cobalt, top and bottom, of course. I gave that to my neighbor. He decided to give me $50, whatever. I decided to keep this one because the steel feels a little more durable on this one than it did on that Cobalt. Even though the Cobalt had the slides, the bearing slides, but you know, I've had this box, this and the bottom box I've had for, I don't know, 20 years. And you know, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't use everything in here every day. So you can see a lot of air stuff, a lot of files. I went down to Harbor Freight and I bought a file kit. Okay. I got all kinds of scissors, knives, and all that stuff in here. Okay, plumbing stuff. And see that plumbing stuff? You can see those little boxes there. Eventually, I'm going to set something up with those. Okay, more plumbing stuff. Okay, this is kind of a work drawer. This is stuff that I can grab and I can take with me to work. My screwdrivers, you already saw that. These, of course, chisels. I've got this kit here, again, probably 20 years old or so. I got some fine tweaker screwdrivers here. I got this, just miscellaneous. Okay, nut drivers. Again, this foam here, I actually cut out of the anti-fatigue stuff that they sell for you to stand on. You can see, and this is just a set I bought. I probably bought this about, I don't know, 15 years ago. And I've got my standard and my metric. Okay, I'm actually really proud of this drawer here. This is obviously a kit that I just bought from Harbor Freight. It's Pittsburgh. I think it's Pittsburgh. Whatever, I got it at Harbor Freight. But more than likely I use these. Probably these, and these the most. I've got my strippers. Okay, I really don't use these strippers. I got strippers for work. Usually when I'm doing something, anything electrical or electronic, whatever, I'll grab my strippers out of my work truck. Okay, this one here I think turned out the best. Oh, looks like my ratchet wrenches kind of came apart a little bit. You can see I bought some Ernst wrench rails. Okay, and I cut them down. You can see these are my ratchet wrenches, and of course these are the metrics because I've got a Toyota. My wife has a Hyundai. I use a lot more metric. Got these Craftsman. You can see it's all pink. It's actually supposed to be red. Okay. And then this is all Pittsburgh. This is standard Pittsburgh. This is a long handle. I got my little Fisher Price wrenches here. Okay. Got I think this is my 1/2-inch breaker bar, little crowbar. Slide this over. And then I've got my Pittsburgh metric, which use a lot of that stuff. Actually, the other one was the 3/8. This is the 1/2-inch. Little, I don't know, a bar. Okay. And you can see these actually have the roller bearings and they slide pretty smooth. Now, I'm not a metal guy, so I couldn't even begin to tell you what, with any kind of accuracy, what gauge steel this is. I am going to guess it's 16 to 18 gauge, but it's pretty smooth. Okay. You can see I got some specialty stuff in here. Okay. Something else I want to do with this drawer later. Okay. You can see. Okay. This really doesn't have anything. Three jaw pullers. I actually just got the impact wrenches, and I had this one. I had to go buy the Cobalt. Okay, this is a Cobalt, big boy. Okay, and actually it actually sounds really weak, so we'll see. You can see. Grease gun, 3/8 air ratchet. Okay. This is my automotive drawer. And again, bearing. The other thing I didn't show you is this one. Both the big ones have 2 each, which is why it'll handle 200 pounds. Okay. Impact wrenches, hacksaw blades. Miscellaneous. Of course, I got this stuff. Now I got some stuff in my work truck. So if you're sitting here asking yourself, "Well, dude, where are your drills? Where's your impact driver?" Well, it's all in my work truck. Okay. Then I went through and I drilled a hole here, and I've got a little bungee on there, and this is just my little. My little crimps, little electronic crimps, stuff like that. This is just, whatever. The other thing I did is when I made this, okay, step back a little bit. The original intention was to put this on top of this. But then I got the bright idea of, well, if I want to roll this around, I got to roll it around with the top box, and it's, whatever, it's no bueno. So, you can see I have the caster. These are actually the casters that came with the box. I've got 2 fixed, and I've got 2 swiveling locking. So I went to Harbor Freight and I bought these casters. Okay. Which swivel. And the bolt pattern lines up, so I didn't have to do any kind of modification. But thing is because my drawer is kind of stiff to pull out, if I didn't do something, then the whole box would pull out. So that's why you see this here. I flip this over, and now I can pull it out, and there goes my cardboard top, and you can see what I have down here. As you can see, I've got a little pin, if you will, and there's a little bracket there, so it gets locked in. So I've got it locked in here and here, so that when I pull the drawers out, the whole box doesn't come out. And then to build this, you can see what I did. And of course, I mounted a piece of 2x4 to the wall here. Okay. And then what I did is I got some pretty industrial steel angle. And I lagged those into the wall. And you can see I've got them lagged into the bottom of the shelf. And then I've got plenty of bracing holding the shelf up. Okay. And the other thing I did, because you see a lot of these videos, and this drawer here, this big drawer, would be dedicated to sockets and ratchets. Okay. So this is what I have. I bought this about, actually, this is probably closer to 30 years old. This is about 20 years old. And you can see I've got everything. Then what I had my wife do is she went through and she just colored everything with black Sharpie. So it's so easy to spot what everything is. Right? So easy to spot what everything is. I couldn't see, because this is a nice blow molded case, I couldn't see getting some socket rails and, you know, doing all that. I just couldn't see doing that. So, and this kit is great. I've got my half, 3/8, and my quarter. Okay, and then up here, I'm not going to take anything out, but you'll see I've got just extra, you know, years ago I had that. That's a 1/2" Craftsman. I bought that. I got that, I don't know where, and it's just a straight up metric set. Well, I've got metric. I gotta have standard. And that kind of goes along with this too. When I got this set up, I bought these wrenches, I don't know, about 2 years ago or so, for a project that I needed. Well, when I got my box set up, well, I've got metric, so I have to have standard. Okay? So, and then the other thing I did here is right here. You can see, and I've got it painted blue for metric, red for SAE. You can see the little pink marks. So these are my flare end wrenches. I just didn't have room for them in here. But anyways, the biggest point of this video though is to show you that this Frontier box, kind of the quality of it. I mean, it's not something that you're probably going to want in a shop. It's something, you know, for homeowner use, residential use, that's for sure. But that's the main point of this video was for the Frontier toolbox. If you saw the other video was simply me unboxing the box, because there were some good reviews, some horrible reviews. But and then just showing you some of the modifications I've done here. I actually saw the video where someone did all the coloring on their wrenches, and I saw another video where someone did something like this, and that's pretty slick as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's the main point of this video, is to let you know that in general, Frontier, it's not a bad box. It really isn't. If I was a mechanic, would this be my box? No. But this is for my house. And this kind of helps me do some organization, and that's next. That's next. So, you know, whatever, but I don't need to show you that video. But yeah, Frontier toolbox, I think it's a good deal. $375 after I get that rebate. It was like $350. Not a bad deal at all. Residentially. So anyways, if you like this video, I know when I was looking for Frontier reviews, all I saw were people walking through the store, opening drawers and going, yeah, it's not a bad deal. But here's, you know, kind of real world, because it kind of stays in its cubby the whole time. So it doesn't get, you know, the drawers don't get used a whole lot. So I can't attest to that, but I don't have them weighted down a whole bunch. So I don't anticipate any issues with that. So yeah, the main point, Frontier toolbox residentially, it's a good deal. So yeah, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you want to see any more videos, I do just random stupid videos, go ahead and subscribe. And we will see you on the next one. Goodbye.